Okay. Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my very first teacher tag collaboration with some other teachers here on YouTube and offering you guys an exclusive giveaway. So be sure to stay tuned until the end to get the full details on how to be entered. Okay, stumbled over my words a little bit there, but I think I got it all out. So if you watch a lot of YouTube, I'm sure that you've already seen the Apples and Tiaras and Genuine Teaching mashup for the teacher tag collab, and it was awesome, which inspired us, me and a few other teachers here on YouTube, to do the same thing. There are 10 questions for this teacher tag that I need to answer, and here we go. Number one is asking, how long have I been teaching, what grades have I taught, and a little bit about my background, education, internship. Okay, this year is my 10th school year in education. I have taught 6th grade and 7th grade, English language arts, and social studies. Yes. Currently, I am an AIG consultant at a middle school, and I service 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students, and I maintain their portfolios and operate as a case manager for both ELA, which is English language arts, and mathematics. Okay. My background. My undergrad degree is in middle grades education, English language arts, and social studies grades 6 through 9. I do have a master's degree, and that is in reading, kindergarten through 12th grade. I also went back to get licensed for academically and intellectually gifted students, and that is from grades kindergarten through 12th grade. I think those are all my certifications that I could think of right now. So yes, that is my educational background. Internships. Okay, so when I decided that I seriously wanted to be a teacher, it was in high school, and I thought that I wanted to work with the little kids. And so my school had a vocational program. We had tracks, and I don't know if you guys have that in your area, or if you went through that when you were in high school, but we do have educational tracks. And although I was on a college prep track, I was able to take courses for vocation too. So the vocational track that I went down was for early childhood, and this was a 2-year program that allowed me to get my credentials 1 and 2. So if I wanted to go into childcare or preschool, daycare, things like that, I could do that. That's what I thought I wanted to do. I thought I wanted the little babies. So for 2 years, I worked at a child development center during the school day. So for half the day, instead of going to my classes at school, I went to the child development center, and I was a teacher's assistant for 4-year-olds. And in that classroom, we learned how to do certain assessments to see if they were prepared and ready to move on to kindergarten. Okay, in that classroom, although I had a fantastic time, the children were awesome, I learned a whole lot about myself. The little kids are not for me. Yeah, we connected and I had a good time, but I wasn't fulfilled with the little kids. And at that same time, I had a younger brother who was in middle school, and I was like, maybe that's the age group that I wanted to work with. And so that's the age group I kind of aimed for. So, baby brother, if you're watching this, you influenced my career. I love you, boo. Okay, moving on to the next question. What grade do I currently teach, and where do you teach? Okay, so I already went into how I am an AIG consultant, and currently I am working in North Carolina, the Sand Hills region, and I love it. This is the only place I've ever taught. This is all I know. I've only worked at 2 schools. I worked 5 years at my previous school, and I'm currently in my 5th year at my school right now, at my current job, and I love it. As far as being an AIG consultant, I've only been doing this for 3 years. Somebody mentioned it to me earlier in my career, and I thought that it was something like out of my reach. I was like, oh, I have to go back to school. You have to have a certain license, and that was before I was really educated about how all of the licensure and how moving in different directions in this particular field worked. And so I counted myself out, and I shouldn't have. When the position came available at my current school, I asked if I could interview for it, and my principal basically said, you know what, you've been here for 2 years. I will count those 2 years as your interview. If you are interested and this is what you really want to do, I believe that you can do it. And she gave me the opportunity, and it's really been a blessing to me, so thank you. Okay, how many students, oh no, what is my school mascot? Okay, so I am at a brand new school. My school opened 5 years ago, or 4.5 years ago. I moved from my very first school to this school when it opened on day 1. And everything is brand spanking new, and we have the coolest colors ever. Our colors are navy blue and lime green. Actually, it's not lime green. I tell everybody it's chartreuse. And you have to do your shoulder like that when you say it. So our colors are navy blue and chartreuse. Alright, so those are our school colors. I love the navy blue and the lime green. I know there's an NFL team that has those same colors, but I can't remember which team it is, so I'm gonna leave it at that. It's an NFL team that has those colors, but I love it. Our mascot is a Titan. Powerful, strong, mighty Titan, and I love that. I love that. Okay, so how many students are in your class this year? I know that there are going to be some of you out there watching this video. You're going to roll your eyes when I tell you how many students are in my class. I teach one section of 6th grade, and I currently have 22 students in my 6th grade class. And I have one section of 7th grade, and I have 26 students in my 7th grade class. Now, I know around the nation there are packed classrooms, overcrowded, everyone's smushed up together, can't hardly breathe. I know that. And if you're in one of those areas, I feel for you. A couple of years ago, my largest class was 46. I had 46 students in a class. Right. Okay, so I know exactly what you are going through. Now, through grace and mercy, they ended up getting an allotment for an additional teacher, and they cut my classes in half, and I haven't had a class that large since then. But there was a time where I had 46 students in a class. Now, that was the most I had in the class. The least I had was 40, so it was still very, very large. I didn't want you to watch this video and be like, she ain't no real teacher, she only got 20 kids. No, guys, I've been there too. So if you comment below about your class size numbers, I promise you I can relate. Okay, moving on to the next question. Oh, it's a Starbucks question. What is my favorite drink? Yes, I'm very fun and bubbly, and I seem really outgoing, but when it comes to like food and you know, beverages, I'm kind of boring. Like, I get kind of nervous when it's something new. I feel like I'm not going to like it. I feel like it's going to be gross and I won't be able to get the flavor out of my mouth. Like, I got issues. So my favorite drink at Starbucks is a caramel macchiato with an extra shot of vanilla. Because a lot of people think that it is the caramel that makes it sweet. But I found that it is the vanilla that makes it sweeter. And I like my coffee to be sweet. Like when I make coffee, I just like to have a little bit of coffee with my cream and sugar. My husband is always like, oh, it's gonna be hot chocolate by the time you're done, because it's just so sweet. I don't really think I like the taste of coffee, which is weird, so I drowned it with all this other stuff. I know, that's dumb. Well, whatever. Okay, so back to teaching stuff. What is my favorite online resource? So I have 3 that came to mind immediately when I first read this question. The first one is Teacher Pay Teachers. Of course, you guys already know about that. It's an online resource where teachers just like us create things that we use every day, and we make it available to the masses. So Teacher Pay Teachers is my #1 because it saved me in a crunch time, you know, thousands, millions of times. Okay, my second one is the Teaching Channel. Because my job, well, I'm going to put these 2 together, the Teaching Channel and YouTube. Okay, so half of my job, well, the majority of my job is paperwork. And I have to kill the silence in my office or in my classroom. So I turn on Teaching Channel or YouTube and play people's blogs and vlogs and just listen to them in the background. The Teaching Channel offers like a window into the classroom. Like, kids are in there. You get to see the teacher's classroom management and teaching style and different strategies that they're putting in place. And I love that channel because it also has like these little guiding questions on the side to help you reflect on the video that you just watched. So definitely Teacher Pay Teachers for quick units and lesson plan ideas, then YouTube and the teaching channel to get that visual, that that little peek into someone else's world. So I love those. Okay, so the next one is my perfect classroom, and as I'm looking at this paper, I'm noticing I skipped a question, so I'm going to put these two together. So it is perfect classroom and perfect class size. I would say my perfect class size would be at least and at the most 25. I feel like at 25 I can give every student exactly what they need. Also, 25 is a really great number for grouping. You can have 5 groups of 5 and you can have 5 tables. Like, I can see my room at 25. Yes, I've had more and yes, I've had less, but 25 I'm comfortable. Lower than 25, sometimes I feel like there are not enough students to do what I really want to do as far as collaborative work goes in the classroom. My perfect classroom, maybe this question is asking like the things in the classroom and not so much as students. So let's go with like things in your classroom. So my perfect classroom would be tables instead of desks, of course. I would love flexible seating, a variety of flexible seating. I would like my room to be bigger so that when I do stations that my kids are not on top of each other. I'm noticing now in my classroom we do a lot of stations, but because there's not a lot of space, I'm always saying use your inside voices, don't give your answers away, make sure you're whispering. But you and I both know that when we're in those collaborative spaces, you get really passionate about what it is you're sharing with the group, and sometimes you do get loud, and it's not a terrible thing, but your volume also plays a part in how you communicate and how you stress the importance of what you're saying. And I'm not saying I want a large room so kids can yell at each other. That's not what I'm saying. But I want them to be able to communicate effectively and not always have to talk like this and whisper. Also, I would like to have more technology in my classroom. Currently, I do not have a classroom computer, but just before Christmas break, I was able to secure 2 iPads through Donors Choose, so I'm very grateful for that. We do have a TV and a smart board and a document camera. I would like a larger TV in my classroom, and I would also like an Apple TV. I'm seeing a lot of people on YouTube who are using Apple TV over the smart board, and I would really like to find out what that is about. So my ideal classroom would have those types of things. And I'm sure that, like, had I really sat down and thought about this one question in particular, I could have come up with a plethora of things that I want in a classroom. And I know as soon as I turn this camera off, more things are going to come to mind, and I'm going to be like, oh, I should have said this. But right now, in the moment, those are the things that I would like. Okay, next question. All right. What is your favorite thing and your least favorite thing about teaching? My favorite thing about teaching would have to be the students. I love my students dearly. And if you guys are watching, I love you. Okay, so I love them. I love the relationships that we build throughout the school year. I love to see them grow. I love to see them laugh. I don't love to see them cry, but I do love it when I'm able to help them through an emotional experience. I work with middle schoolers, and so they're full of hormones and emotions, and they come out different times of the day, and I love being the one that is there for them. So that is one of my favorite parts about teaching. My least favorite part about teaching is that I think it's the same thing with parenting, because teaching is, you are parenting, you know, you're nurturing these kids. But I hate it when you have the best intentions and you know that you're doing what is right, and there's always this one person who has to disagree with you and think they know more and have never stepped foot in a classroom before, has never worked with students before, and they're doubting your judgment. I hate that. Like, I hate that. Guys, trust me, I know what I'm doing. I have experience. I have the heart. I have the knowledge. I have the wisdom to give these kids, and the know-how, to give these kids what they need, and I just want to be trusted. And when that one person pops up, because there's always at least one every school year who's like, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, that is my least favorite thing. Some advice I would give to a beginning teacher. All right, advice for a beginning teacher. We all have bad days. You are not the only one. It happens to all of us. The difference is that we don't live in that low area. So there are days that we have that are up here, and then there are days that you have that are down here. Okay? It shifts back and forth. You can't live in this area. If you find yourself having a bad day or a bad week or a bad couple of weeks, don't live there. Create a plan. Ask for help. Your school is so full, jam-packed with people who have resources and skills and just everything you need, and they're willing to give it to you, but they may not know that you need it if you haven't asked. So my number one thing for beginning teachers is ask for help when you need it. Number two, if you find yourself in a little rut, don't live there. And number three, educate yourself, because that's how you keep yourself from going in a rut, from going into those low places. You always have to find things that are new and cutting edge, to keep yourself fresh. Always have something new to offer to your students. Become a master at something, and then you share out. And when you do that, when you master something and you share out with your faculty, there will be other people who want to get in your space and share with you too. So those are my tips for new teachers. All right, you guys, now I need to give you the terms of the collaboration giveaway. All right, I have to get my other paper because I always need notes. Okay, here we go. As I stated earlier in the video, there are a handful of teachers that I'm working with here on YouTube, and we're doing a teacher tag collab hop. So you've watched this video, go to the comment box below and find the link to your very next video and hop over there. And also make sure that you subscribe to this channel, because that's rule number one. And number two, in the comment box, you need to type enter me. So, number one, be subscribed to my Teacher Voice. Number two, in the comment box, type enter me. And then in my description box, be sure to click on the next teacher's hop. So my contribution to this giveaway is a brand spanking new 2017 mini happy planner. Okay, now when you visit the other teachers' channels, they're giving away their own thing. Me, if you've been watching my channel a while, or if you're new to my channel, go back and watch my previous videos. I am a planner girl, and I want you to be too. So I'm giving away a planner. Now, when you get to their channels, they're offering different things. Some of them are offering online resources. Some of them are offering gift cards to teacher pay teachers. Guys, you won't know until you get over there and check it out. So I am done with my video. Thank you so much for watching my Teacher Voice, and I will see you next time. Like, subscribe, share, hop to the next channel.